Hey Shama tribe, what's popping? Well, yesterday I asked you guys for some questions, right? Thank you so much for your comments in the previous video yesterday. I believe it's Liam Martin who asked yesterday, how is it like for Scorpio to be in transit between the three phases? Well, Mr. Liam, let me put it this way. For a Scorpio, the Scorpio is represented by three phases, right? The scorpion, and then the eagle, and then the dove. And between every transition, the Scorpio will be experiencing some kind of ego death, some kind of churning, some kind of burnout. You know what I mean? Something like spiritual death and almost like a reincarnation within one body that is still alive. So for a scorpion to transcend to the eagle, there will be some trauma. And usually that trauma is triggered by the scorpion's own doing or his or her reaction to the circumstances that have been bestowed upon them. And usually it's a traumatic experience, a traumatic event, a loss of some kind, something that the Scorpio holds dear. So the Scorpio will not have a transcendence to another phase unless if they have lost, experienced betrayal, experienced pain from something that they are emotionally invested, emotionally attached to, okay? And that is the signal that this person has only two choices: to evolve or decay. And when I say decay, they may become so stagnant that they become the most toxic people on earth. And a lot of you folks, especially in my comment boxes, a lot of you you guys curse the Scorpio, somebody in your life. It's because that person chose to decay, chose to become stagnant. And that is a choice. Some folks are not aware of it because of different backgrounds, different cultures, different circumstances, of course. Some folks, when that happens to them, they choose to decay. They choose to stay stuck to whatever they held dear, and they realize that the loss is on and on. Vicious cycles start to appear, addiction starts to appear, depression and whatnot, hostility, homicide, genocide, you name it. And there are other folks who naturally or intuitively or maybe even spiritually or get awakened and realize that this is an invitation to transcend to the next level. But it's like you're signing a contract by which you know that aspect of you should die, should truly die. That scorpion in you should die, and you should allow a whole new, not personality, but a whole new character, a whole new attitude towards life to come in. And you need to unlearn and relearn, and that is equally painful. And few people are aware that's happening. Some of us are pushed towards this situation. This is like how life is for Scorpios. Like, we are pushed to this weird circumstance where we lose something so freaking damn dear, and we have to choose. So if we choose to transcend, we enter a whole new era by which is like a game. Like, you don't know your arsenal, you don't know your character, you don't know what's your environment. You have to unlearn everything that you've been doing all the time to allow a new relearning, a new programming, a new wave to tackle life. And that is from a scorpion to an eagle, and into an eagle to a dove. And it's painful. It's heartbreaking because sometimes you realize that you cannot be with the set of friends that you thought, the loved ones. Sometimes you need to divorce, sometimes you need to separate, you need to let go a lot of folks, because it's no more the you that they know. There is no more connection. And this is where Scorpio will start to say, I'm cursed because I've built all of this. I have this stable life, and here I am losing it all because I am pushed to level up spiritually, level up in my, progress in life. And that's something that not a lot of folks, other people experience, but this is, I think, our story. It is our signature. This is the very, very reason why we're presented by three creatures. We're not even represented by one creature. We're not allowed to decay. We're not allowed to be stagnant. We're not allowed to stay as we are, because we're not ground. We're not, we are water, and we need to keep pushing forward, and we need to unlearn and learn and relearn and teach others and share, and all of that dynamism. We're dynamic. I think we're very, very dynamic. And our dynamism is very emotional and very spiritual, even if we don't want to admit that. But we may have a structured exterior, but internally we might have a turmoil that no one feels it, and no one knows how deep that turmoil is. So for Liam, the question, if you want to know if you're in transit, it's really when you realize that everything around you is dying, and you start to say, something is weird. Everything around me is dying. And no matter how much I want to hold on to this reality that I have constructed for so many years, the more I hold on to it, the more toxic it is. The more weird circumstances are happening against you, as if it's telling you, move on. This is not your life anymore. Move on. Move out. Move on. Leave. Get out. Something like that. Okay? So this is what I've understood, and it comes from my personal experience, and also experiences of some folks that I know have strong Scorpio in them. So what is my advice? Be like water. You're a water being. Be like water. Flow. As Bruce Lee said, be like water. Just flow. Flow with whatever this spiritual journey is pushing you forward. Because the more you resist, the more you decay, the more you become stagnant, the more you stink, the more you become toxic to yourself and others. And that is a sad life if you are too toxic that other people have to run away from you, because there's just so much going on that is, you don't want to foster that. You want to be like water. You need to be fresh, and you need to allow change in your life, because that's how water people are. We are agents of change, agents of, life, and life is all about change. The only thing that I can tell you, that just hopefully that you navigate your life in a positive manner, not change toward the worse, but change towards the better, right? All right, thank you so much for the question. More to come.